Her house got sold for $240,000. Papers signed. Buyers sitting there. That's not a mix-up. So who actually made that decision and how?
That's my house. The buyers freeze mid-signature. The agent's pen is still in her hand. Every eye in the room turns to me like I just broke something expensive. I'm Evan. This is a closing office across town. And those papers on the table? They say my house just sold for $240,000 without me. My dad did it. Listed it, signed it, finalized it, like I didn't exist. Like the place my mom left me was his to cash out. He was wrong. The agent frowns, flips the contract toward me. Sir, the seller already signed. I step closer, staring at the signature. It looks like mine, but I never touched that pen. And then the attorney says, if you're claiming fraud, we stop this right now. The room goes dead quiet, because someone here is lying, and I'm about to prove who. No one signs anything else, I say, louder this time, my voice steady even though my chest feels tight. Not until we figure out why my name is on a contract I've never seen. The couple sitting across the table exchange a look, mid-30s, nervous, their hands hovering over the paperwork like they're afraid to move. A pen rolls slightly, tapping against the folder. The woman pulls her hand back first. I don't understand, she says. We already wired the deposit. The agent, Lisa, according to the nameplate, forces a thin smile. Let's not jump to conclusions. We verified the seller's identity. Everything went through proper channels. Then show me, I cut in. She hesitates, just for a second, but I catch it. The attorney leans forward, calm but alert now. Sir, if you're asserting that you are the legal owner, I'll need identification. I pull my wallet out immediately, sliding my ID across the table. My hand doesn't shake, but it wants to. He studies it, then looks at the contract, then back at me. Same name, same address, same house, different reality. Something's wrong. This property, I say, pointing at the document, was left to me when my mom passed. It's in my name, only mine. The words feel heavier saying them out loud. Because that house isn't just walls, it's the last place she lived. The last place everything still felt normal. And now it's sitting here in a stack of papers like it's nothing. Lisa clears her throat, flipping through the file. The seller provided documentation, ID, authorization forms, notarized signatures. I never met a notary, I say. Her voice tightens. Remote notarization is legal. I never did that either. Silence again, but this time it's different, thicker. The attorney slowly turns the contract around so I can see it fully. Can you confirm whether this is your signature? I lean in closer. Every detail suddenly matters. The curve of the letters, the spacing, the slight tilt. It's close, too close, but something about it feels wrong, like someone practiced it. Behind me, I hear the buyers shifting in their seats. The man mutters under his breath, "This doesn't feel right." Lisa straightens. We followed protocol. I don't look at her. I'm still staring at the signature. Because there's only one person who's ever seen me sign my name enough times to copy it like this. And he already told me. It's done. I straighten up slowly. Call him, I say. The attorney looks at me. Who? I meet his eyes. My dad. And just as Lisa reaches for her phone, there's a knock at the conference room door. The door opens before anyone answers. A receptionist leans in, slightly out of breath. Lisa, there's a call on line 2. It's... She hesitates, glancing at me. Richard Carter. Every muscle in my body tightens. Of course it is. Lisa looks between me and the phone like she's suddenly in the middle of something she didn't sign up for. Should I... Yes, I say. Put it on speaker. She doesn't argue. She taps the button, and within a second, my father's voice fills the room. Calm, controlled, like he's calling about a routine bill. Lisa, I wanted to confirm everything's proceeding on time. The buyers stiffen. The attorney leans back, listening carefully. I step closer to the table. It's not. Silence. Then, sharper now. Evan? You want to explain why I'm standing in a closing room for a house you just sold out from under me? A pause, long enough to feel deliberate. I told you this needed to happen, he says finally. No panic, no denial. Lisa's eyes flick between us. Mr. Carter, we verified the sellers. You verified what you were given, my dad cuts in smoothly. And what you were given was authorized. I laugh once, dry. Authorized? By who? Because I didn't sign anything. You signed more than you remember, he says. That's not right. 2 weeks ago flashes in my head, him sitting at my kitchen table, papers spread out, talking about tax exposure and protecting the property. I remember skimming pages. I remember being distracted. I remember trusting him enough not to question every line, but I don't remember signing a sale. I didn't agree to sell my house, I say, slower now. You agreed to let me handle it, he replies. The distinction lands hard and dangerous. The attorney leans forward, voice firm. Sir, did you or did you not sign documents on behalf of Evan Carter for the sale of this property? Another pause, and this one feels heavier. Everything was handled appropriately, my dad says. That's not an answer. I look back down at the contract, at the signature again. The shape is mine, but the intent isn't. And suddenly, I don't just feel blindsided. I feel set up. I look at the attorney. I want to see every document he submitted, every single one. Lisa hesitates, but the attorney nods. Pull the file, he says. As she turns to her laptop, my dad's voice comes through again, sharper now. You're making a mistake, Evan. I don't respond, because for the first time, I'm starting to realize this didn't happen fast. This was planned. And whatever I signed 2 weeks ago might be the reason they think this sale is legal. I don't sit down. I stay standing as Lisa scrolls, the glow of the screen reflecting off the table like it's exposing something that shouldn't be seen. Here, she says, pointing. This is the authorization we received. My name is at the top, my address, my property, and halfway down the page, there it is again, that signature. The attorney leans in closer. When was this submitted? 3 days ago, Lisa replies, along with a copy of the seller's ID and notarized verification. Show me the ID, I say immediately. She clicks again. A scan appears, my driver's license. Same photo, same number, but the resolution is off, slightly blurred around the edges, like it's been edited or compressed one too many times. I didn't send this, I say. Lisa exhales slowly, tension creeping into her voice now. The documents were submitted through a secure portal. We verified the information matched public records. Matching isn't the same as me sending it, I snap. The buyers shift again. The man runs a hand through his hair. So, what does this mean for us? The attorney answers without looking away from the screen. It means we may be dealing with identity fraud. That's real. Lisa straightens defensively. The seller completed remote notarization. That includes identity verification. I turn to her. Then show me the notary. Another click. A digital certificate pops up. Name, license number, timestamp. I don't recognize the name, not even slightly. Who is that? I ask. A licensed remote notary, Lisa says, but there's less confidence in it now. They confirmed the signer's identity before witnessing the signature. I shake my head slowly. No one verified me. I never spoke to a notary. I never logged into any portal. I never approved this. The attorney folds his hands. If that's true, then whoever submitted these documents impersonated you through the entire process. Silence drops again, but this time it's heavier, more dangerous. Because now it's not confusion, it's fraud. This is fraud. The woman buying the house pulls her hands back completely. We're not signing anything until this is cleared up. Her partner nods immediately. Yeah, no way. Lisa looks like she's losing control of the room. Let's not escalate. It's already escalated, I cut in. I tap the screen right on the signature. This is fake. Then I straighten, pulling my phone out again. Call the notary, I say. The attorney nods. Agreed. Lisa hesitates, but starts dialing. The phone rings once, twice, then clicks. A voice answers. Hello, this is Daniel Reeves, Remote Notary Services. The attorney leans toward the speaker. Mr. Reeves, we have a question regarding a notarization you performed for Evan Carter. I cut in, my voice sharper now. Ask him how he verified my identity. A pause on the line. Then the notary says something that makes the entire room shift. Well, I didn't speak to him directly. The verification was submitted through a third-party representative. Every head in the room turns toward me, because now there's only one question left. Who represented me? I know who it was. The words come out before anyone else can speak. The attorney turns to me. Then say it. I don't take my eyes off the phone. My father, Richard Carter. There's a shift in the room, subtle but immediate. The kind that happens when suspicion stops being abstract and lands on a real person. The attorney straightens. Mr. Reeves, who submitted the verification on behalf of Evan Carter? A pause on the line. Papers rustling faintly. Then, the name attached to the submission was Richard Carter.
Oh my God, if he submitted the verification himself, why isn't he just saying it clearly? What exactly is he trying not to admit here?
No one moves. The buyers exchange a look that says they're already halfway out of this deal. Lisa's face drains of color. I let out a slow breath, but it doesn't feel like relief. It feels like confirmation. It was him. Put him back on, I say quietly. Lisa fumbles slightly, switching lines. A second later, my father's voice fills the room again. I'm still here. Of course he is. The attorney doesn't hesitate this time. Mr. Carter, we have reason to believe you acted as a third-party representative in a remote notarization for a property sale under Evan Carter's name. Did you submit identity verification on his behalf? Silence. Not confused silence. Measured silence. I handled the paperwork, he says finally. That's not what I asked, the attorney replies. I step closer to the phone. Tell them how you did it. Another pause. Then my dad exhales, like this is all becoming inconvenient. You weren't going to act, he says to me. You were sitting on that house, letting it drain money. I solved the problem. My jaw tightens. By forging my signature? I had access to your documents, he says, almost dismissive. Everything matched. It's not like I sold something that wasn't ours. Ours. That word lands harder than anything else. Not his. The attorney's tone sharpens. Sir, did you or did you not impersonate Evan Carter during a notarized transaction? And this time, he doesn't dodge it cleanly. I did what needed to be done, he says. That's it. That's the closest thing to an admission he's willing to give. But it's enough. The attorney immediately reaches for the documents, pulling them back from the table. This closing is suspended, effective immediately. The buyers push their chairs back, tension breaking into movement. Lisa starts speaking, fast, trying to regain control, but no one's listening anymore, because it's over. Or at least, it should be. I stare at the phone for a second longer. You didn't sell a house, I say, my voice low, steady. You forged my life. He doesn't respond. The line goes quiet, and for the first time since I walked in, everything stops moving. But stopping the sale doesn't undo what he already did. The room doesn't go back to normal. It fractures. The attorney gathers every document into a single stack, separating them from the buyers like contaminated evidence. This transaction is void pending investigation, he says, already pulling out his phone. I'll be reporting this immediately. Lisa looks stunned. There has to be some mistake. We followed. You accepted third-party verification without direct confirmation from the seller, the attorney cuts in. That's not a minor oversight. The buyers are on their feet now. The woman shakes her head, voice tight. We want written confirmation that our money is protected. You'll have it, the attorney says. But this sale is not proceeding today. Not today. Not at all. It's done. I exhale slowly, the tension that got me here finally shifting, but not disappearing. Because this isn't relief. Not yet. I step outside the office, the air hitting different, like everything just tilted slightly out of place. My phone is still in my hand. I call him again. This time, he picks up faster. What now? My dad says, irritation bleeding through. It's over, I tell him. They stopped everything. A pause. Then, colder. You just cost yourself $240,000. I almost laugh, but there's nothing funny in it. You mean you lost it? I was fixing a problem, he snaps. You don't understand how much pressure I'm under. Then you should have told me, I say, not forged my name. He exhales sharply. You would have said no. Yes, I say. I would have. Of course. Silence. That's the first honest moment in this entire conversation. Inside the building, I can see movement through the glass. Phones out, papers being copied, people already shifting into damage control. This doesn't just go away, I tell him. They're reporting it. Another pause, longer this time. You'd really do that? He asks. I'm not doing anything, I reply. You already did. He hangs up. No apology, no explanation that fixes anything. Just silence. The next few weeks move fast and heavy. The transaction is officially declared fraudulent. The title company voids every document tied to the sale. The buyers get their deposit back, but not without stress, delays, and a lot of anger directed at everyone involved. The notary, Daniel Reeves, has his license suspended pending investigation. He claims he relied entirely on the third-party submission. Lisa? She's pulled into an internal review. Every step she took gets examined. And my dad? He gets charged. Fraud, identity theft, misrepresentation in a real estate transaction. It's not immediate, but it's inevitable. The evidence is clean, documented, recorded. He tries to reach out once after that. I don't answer. A week later, I'm standing in front of my house again. The same door, the same lock. This time, my key turns. Inside, everything is where I left it, except it doesn't feel the same anymore. Not because it's changed, because I know how close it came to not being mine. I walk into the kitchen, set my keys down, and pull the printed contract from my bag, the forged one. I place it flat on the counter. My name, my house. A signature that almost took it away. I stare at it for a second, then slide it aside. Because it didn't. And it won't. I look around the room, quiet, still, mine. That signature wasn't mine, I say under my breath. Then I turn off the light. But stopping it was.
If one person can actually use your name to push a sale without you ever showing up, how many of this is actually happening without anyone catching them?